Hello and grazie. Welcome to the Element of Surprise. Today is February the 15th, 2023. Thank you very much for joining me. Today's boxed in term is switch. Switch. And switch is defined as, I'm sorry, I need to focus again. To make a shift or exchange. Switch. To make a shift or exchange. And the reason why I thought about the term switch this morning is because I can recall when I was in school, elementary school, definitely elementary school. The teacher used to say, okay, after a test, now I want you to switch your test with another classmate. And I didn't get upset or nervous or anxious about it, but it made me smile this morning because some things that we do, we have no idea that it could actually cause trauma to another another person. I'm not going to say individual, but to another person. Think about it. You completed your test, and then the teacher said, well, you know what, little Palm Jr., switch your test with little Palmette. And maybe, and it's not, because I try, before I say something, I want to make sure that I'm not going to offend. I'm not here to offend. Offenses must come. That's the word of God. Offenses, they must come. They have to come. They're going to come. It's just part of life. But whoa. I thought about the time when we had to, switch or exchange our paper or test with another student. And that alone can traumatize a child. Because a child is already somewhat reclusive and a loner. And they don't want other people. They didn't want another person grading their paper, grading his paper or her paper. No, sometimes we do things and we don't even know that sometimes just something that's so innocent, you think is innocent to you because you're just like, okay, switch with your classmate. Switch your paper with your classmate. It's innocent in the beginning, but you have no idea about the student. Not unless you're engaged and you know the personality or the different personalities of your students. Because some students have different personalities, several personalities. It depends on the setting. It depends on the setting. You can have a student that's very outgoing. However, when the person is in the classroom, inside the classroom, they're quiet. But as soon as it's time for a recess, that same student or that is is running around screaming and yelling. And you're like, oh, wow. I didn't know Palm Jr. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Palm Jr., like to have fun. So sometimes we do a thing not knowing that it's going to have a long-term effect. A long-term effect. You have no idea. You have no idea. And people use the term because, we're always putting labels on people and different things. And think about it. I'm not a physician. I'm not a doctor. And I'm not, I don't research. And they call people, people that actually went through or had COVID, they call some of the after effects, the side effects of COVID, they say now they have long COVID or something. Because of what they dealt with when they had COVID. It's just like PTSD. Similar to, I'm not going to say just like, similar to. Sometimes, you're going to deal with an injury, and maybe even an injury. I tore my meniscus, and there are days now I'm experiencing pain more than I did when I had the surgery years ago. And the strangest thing is, and not when I was living in Connecticut, but now I'm in North Carolina. And most doctors, they tell you if you're dealing with, pain in your joints or whatever, they say go to a warm climate. Move to a warm climate. I didn't experience a lot of pain when I lived in Connecticut. Now I'm in North Carolina. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? What's going on? And it's strange. It's bizarre. So I thought about the term switch. And I'm like, okay. And I was thinking about going to the Song of Solomon. Then I said, no, I'm going to use Song of Solomon for my Kindle kicker, because this is the day after Valentine's Day. So that's going to be a part of my Kindle kicker. But I said, okay, Father, where am I going today? Where am I going today? And I said, oh God. I said, this is going to be controversial. What I'm going to say today is going to be controversial. In my opinion, we get hung up on denominations, what people can or cannot wear, or what they should or should not wear. We get hung up on the makeup. We even get hung up on if the person is single No. If the person is divorced and the person remarried, not one time, but maybe several times, and we get hung up on this. I know it's going to be controversial. Like, what is she talking about? Because it's in the Bible. It sure is. It is. It's in the Word of God. It talks about marriage. Yes. It talks about marriage. And it talks about divorce. But I want to share a few scriptures so that we can just at least get a different perspective. Because some people, they are excommunicated because they remarried. Some people, or they are vilified because they remarried. They decided to remarry. And God said, we're missing it. We're missing the whole. The whole. The whole. Not even the picture. Not even. No. Not even the picture. We're missing the whole. Because when I try not to use picture. I try not to. Because what happens is we look at it at like a snapshot.